It's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
In the criminal justice system, sexually-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
Lord, I'm guilty of a whole lot of things. In my life, I played a whole lot of games. But I'm human, and I'm always gonna make mistakes. Forgive me what I do and what I did to make a way. See, I just wanted to move my family to a safer place. I know you told me you were gonna use me in a major way. I asked you if it cool if I don't believe everything they say. You said it cool, you just do you and stay out their way. I wake up every morning, close my eyes again and pray. No matter good or bad, I'm thankful for another day. I'm deeply rooted in that dirt, yeah, I come from that clay. They like my style, they like my vibe, they like my feng shui. But let me tell you this little story about Dante. See, Dante had a homie named Dante. Them boys was always together, Monday through Sunday. Them boys was always super tight until this one day. See, Dante had a brother named Dante. And Dante, he ain't never liked Dante. And it was all because a girl named Shante. See, Shante supposed to be baked to Dante, but she was sneaking and geeking, creeping with Dante. And Shante, man, she used to drive a Hyundai. But one day, she was leaving for a lunch break, and she didn't know she was being followed by Dante. And he didn't know that she was meeting up with Dante. But her and Dante was going on a lunch date. I don't know where they went, I just know it was someplace. Soon as they settled in, boom, here come Dante. He said, damn, this how you play the game, Shante? She couldn't say nothing, she just sitting there with a dumb face. And Dante had too much pride to pump fake. Plus he want him to look at him and see a chump fake. But Dante, he didn't say 2 words to Dante. But Dante had a lot to say to Dante. But Shante jumped up and she told Dante, hey, let that go, cause I ain't got time, I'm on my lunch break. Soon as they left up out of there, he called Dante. He told Dante, fuck that nigga Dante. And Dante replied like, what you mean, Dante? He said, I just not call him, even know it's Shante. She went on lunch break and met him on the lunch date. And Dante was like, they ain't even know they conversate. But Dante had a cousin named Monte. He called him up and told him meet him on the one-way. And when they met up, this is what he told Monte. I got a lick that we can hit to set up both straight. And Monte was like, who you trying to rob, Dante? And Dante was like, you know that nigga Dante? And Monte was like, yeah, I know Dante. Talking about that cat that always be with Dante. And Dante replied like, yeah, but that chump fake. He did some foul shit, but no one make that chump pay. Oh, this true story, bro. I ain't using their real name. These aliases. This is a true story going on. I'm gonna tell you what happened, bro. Shit crazy. Dante called her Runte. Runte see the phone ring. Runte didn't answer. Dante know what that mean. Dante called her Vante. Vante pick his phone up. Answered it like, what's up? Dante said, what's up, bro? Then he said, I'm only trying to give advice and common sense. Don't you trip about a bitch who playing both sides of the fence. I know my little brother. I know you hot-headed, nigga. And I can almost guarantee you wanna pop at the nigga. But dig this, let's say you go and shoot him or kill him. Now that both of y'all gone, cause you'll be lost in the system. Vante, he ain't trying to hear it, he already got his mindset. Riding out at 10 o'clock tonight, he got the time set. 9:45 done hit, Runte, he at home. He landed across the couch looking at TV on the phone. He don't even know that he got death around the corner. But Monte with Levante and they bout to pull up on him. As soon as they were pulling up, another car was pulling up. And it was a Hyundai. Guess who? Shante. Shouted beat the horn, Runte looked up at the curtain. He noticed who car it was and it made him kinda nervous. Then his phone ring again, it was Dante beeping in. Sent him to the voicemail. Runte thinking, what the hell? Sitting across the street, it was 2 niggas with some Glock. Couple seconds later, that when Runte heard him knock. Boom, boom, Runte grab his tool, then run out the back. Out the real, he think they trying to set him up, and that's a fact. But one thing about Lil Runte, he ain't going out like that. He say if they come in bustin', then he bustin' at them back. Hold up, it's a third car. Who that is? Dante. By that time, Monte and Vante ready for gunplay. They hopped up out the car, that when Dante hollered Vante. Vante turned around, that's when we heard somebody gun spray. But this right here is where I stop with the story. I'ma come back with that part 2 in a hurry, don't worry, y'all just be smooth. Okay, part 2, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all this too.
Dante, Ronte, they all.
Yeah. Okay, remember where we left off when we heard somebody gun spray? Before we get to that, let's take it back to yesterday. See, Dante seen some shit that burnt his eyes like pepper spray. He went through Shante phone and now it's time to regulate. He always been the type that thought it hard to never break. I guess that day is hard to more than it could ever take. Sometimes it might just be that love that you can't never shake. Cause Dante on the bullshit and he ready to set him straight. Walked inside the living room right through where Shante was at. Before we started fussing, he put the phone right where her face was at. Now they fussing, cussing, it done spiraled out of control. I'm talking about to the point they about to damn to throw some blow. He didn't really know who it was, he just know it's something strange. Even though she had the nigga saved up under girl name, he wasn't going for that. Dante, he was torn from that, thought he picked the rose, but all he got was thorns from that. Damn. See, Dante always felt like Shante had a thing for Dante, but Shante always been like that. He shouldn't have wifed her no way. And now that shit done hit the fan, he about to pull a OJ. I can't believe that boy that Tinder going out the whole way. But anyway, I don't know if he seen some type of text or what. They made him follow her that net, they trying to catch her up. But Nan thought them messed him up, wondering if she sexed him up. Knowing that they be kissing even worse, she probably necked him up. But fast forward back to part one when we heard somebody gun spray. Okay, that was Dante, dumping shots at Dante. He heard somebody screaming. He realized it was Shante. He up the tool on her, but that's when Dante shot at Dante. Boom. Dante jumped behind the car. Dante ducked behind the house. Dante don't know he been hit, but moment later he find it out. All that's on his mind is dump the clip, so he just riding it out. Dante, he was still inside the car, but now he climbing out. Shante jumped inside a Hyundai. Dante went to check on Dante. Dante went looking for Dante. Boom. Caught a bullet to the head. Dante stretched out and he dead. Shante scratched out and she fled. Dante froze up in his track, watching Dante as he bled. Meanwhile, Dante feel his chest burning. He came to do the killing, but now the tables turned. By that time, his brother Dante made it to him and realized he was leaking. Dante gave it to him. Man, Dante picked him up, we gotta go. But Dante realized Dante laying on side the road. Now we're ticking time bomb about to blow. And what the fuck is Dante? Don't nobody know. This shit get crazy about a second, you won't believe it. What happened next, them boys wish they wouldn't have seen this. As they were checking on Dante to see if he really dead, they realized that the shot was in back of his head. Damn. Let's see who paying attention though, y'all. Y'all tell me who just killed Dante. Then I'ma come back with part 3 and sum the whole story up. Oh boy, this shit get good now. I don't play. I'll be back. Okay, now listen. Y'all remember where we left off? Well, that's what we gonna pick up at. So keep up and pay attention. Oh man, tell me this ain't really true, says Dante. Dante, what the fuck you do? But Dante sitting there in shock like he ain't have a clue. I guess he seen that he done bit out more than he can chew. Now let me take y'all back to Dante, who inside the house. With his finger in the blind, he peeking out. He looked and seen somebody stretched out in the street. 2 people standing over him, he like, this shit got deep. Dante know it's time to go, he hit the back and locked the door. Took off through the trail, paranoid as hell, you can tell. All he thinking about was 12, he don't wanna go to jail. Then it dawned on him, damn, he ain't even pick up a shell. Now I'm back to Dante and Dante, they thinking of a plan. They know they need to go, but shit, they just can't lead a man. Plus that nigga Dante bleeding and he need a hand. Dante told him, you can't die, let's call the ambulance. But then they heard the siren, guess the neighbors called them. Now if they get caught on the scene, it's gonna be major problem. They barely made it out in time and still they luck falling. And Dante tripping out like, man, ain't no telling who saw it. Now back to Dante, who was still on foot, he deep in thought. He know he put himself in the position that he fought. He ain't had no business with that girl and now he paying the cost. That's what he thinking, but that's till his thought he came across. Hold up now, wait a minute, this bitch done tried to set me up. She brought them niggas to my house and tried to wet me up. Had I not have been on point, I was a stuck up. Think she gon' get away with this? She got me fucked up. Now Lorente getting madder, so we call her phone. Hello? Bitch, what's going on? How dare you bring them niggas over to my crib? She said, hold up, wait a minute, I swear it ain't what you think it is. He said, well, tell me what it is, cause I damn near just got killed. She said, I swear to God on everything, I really did for real. I ain't need that type of person to bring nobody to your place. I just can't apologize for early and try to straighten my face. He said, okay, well, why the hell y'all out there at the same time? And why the hell you beat the horn, try to get me come outside? She said, I only beat the horn and let you know him now. I ain't see them pulling up, quit blaming me, this so unfair. Dante and Dante, they on their way to the hospital. And they don't know the police looking for their vehicle. The same lady that called the law, she doing all the snitching. Told them about the red expedition, gave a good description. They didn't get them make it far before the police spot the car. They pulled them over, draw the guns and said, get out the car. Dante jumped out with his hands up and got on the ground. He said, my brother in here bleeding, called an ambulance now. Back to the crime scene, it's on fire like hell. And that neighbor telling everything that she can tell. And the police, they done found 2 different type of shells. They found them right by Monte's car. You know it's theirs. They ain't even find the shells on top of Runte's house. And that neighbor never seen them, so that helped them out. Cause if she would've seen Runte, she would've ran them out. Lucky for him, what she didn't see, she couldn't talk about. Now let me take y'all back to Runte on the phone with Shante. After they cleared up everything, she asked him, where you at? He said, I left and took off through the trail in the back. He said, come pick me up. She said, oh, I ain't doing that. Especially at a time like this, that'll be too crazy. He said, well, fuck you then. I knew your ass was food gazing. He hung the phone up and he took out to his sister's house. Before he hit the door, he stopped and threw his pistol out. Now at the police cuffing Dante, Bunte fading out. The ambulance pull up and got him, then they raced him out. He almost died, but they saved him in the nick of time. Soon as they got him right, they sent him across the guard line. I'm talking straight to jail. It ain't no making bail. He know he messed up, so he know he gotta take the L. Even Dante in the mix, they got him doing time. He ended up taking 10 years for part 2 of crime. Hold up, let's take it back. Back to part 2, when Vante jumped behind the car and began to shoot. Same time, that's when Monte went to look for Runte. Vante shot him accidentally, wasn't paying attention. When they pulled him over, Vante still had his pistol. And it matched up to the bullet, large inside the victim. Now it's looking like they killed Monte and fled the scene. They want to wake up from the nightmare, but it ain't a dream. Okay, now let me go and sum this whole thing up. Runte name, Shante name never came up. And both of them still running around like it ain't nothing happened. I don't know if they still be fucking around, but I wouldn't put it past them. Damn, Vante, boy, I really can't believe you. You mess your life up, your brother life, and your cousin too. All because of a female who really fuck with you. Man, it's a dirty word. Sad, but it's true.
Damn.
One day I'm sitting at the house, minding my business. Just came back from doing shows in Cali, so I'm chilling. The number I had at the time, I had it for a minute. I get a phone call from Dante on the fly from prison. At first I didn't know who he was, couldn't catch his voice. But when I finally caught his voice, we started to rejoice. I asked him if he holding up, he said he ain't got no choice. Even though the judge didn't show a nigga no remorse. He started telling me about how it all went down. He told me Runte and Shante, they had been creeping round. And when their brother Vante found it out, it hurt him bad. Cut him so deep it made him wanna go and murk his ass. He said it hurt me too, cause Runte supposed to be my homie. He knew way better than be smashing my little brother woman. I got my brother back regardless, that my one and only. I knew he knew the type of pressure he was putting on me. That day when Vante called me, I knew he was about to lose it. Me being me, I tried to talk to him and try to defuse it. But he was crazy about that girl, she had him looking stupid. And come to find out, Monte fought the two and Vante knew it. But I didn't find this out till we was at the county jail. Cause Vante ended up getting the guard to bring me a piece of mail. But we gon' get back to that later after I tell you this. I kept on telling Vante, don't trip about that dirty bitch. But he didn't listen. He got Monte caught up in the mix. But he had Monte thinking they was gonna hit a lick. Before it happened, I had rolled by my brother's spot. I seen his car at home, so I got out my car and knocked. The whole time I'm calling Runte, he didn't answer for me. I had some questions, hoping that he had some answers for me. I thought he supposed to be my brother from another mother. No homo, but I used to tell that pussy nigga I love him. But as I knock in, I realize it ain't nobody home. I'm thinking Vante went with Shante cause her car was gone. Meanwhile, I decided to call Runte phone. He sent me to the voicemail. I'm like, what's going on? So now I'm thinking, okay, I'ma just right by his house. Soon as I pull up, I see Monte and Vante hopping out. So off the rip, I try to stop him and I call his name. That's when I heard somebody gun go off, they let it bang. So instantly, I'm thinking, damn, I hope my brother's straight. I heard somebody screaming. I saw it was Shante. She ran and jumped inside the car and then she sped away. That when my brother jumped behind the car and started to spray. I tried to make it to him, but I had to hesitate. Cause I seen Monte fall and he landed flat on his face. And by the time I got to Vante, I saw he was hit. Right then and there, I knew that I was in some deep shit. Then I started trying to think, I ain't know what to do. Cause I know Monte probably dead and Vante leaking too. We checked on Monte and off top I knew lil' bro was done. Cause it was clear to see the shot had came from Vante gun. Now I know we in some trouble, ain't no way around it. I looked at him, it messed me up cause he looked so astounded. And at the same time it looked like he can barely stand. That when I told him, hey lil' bro, let's call the ambulance. But little do we know somebody already called them folks. We heard the siren so I said, Vante, we gotta go. I took out toward the hospital as fast as I can. Whole time I was trying to come up with a plan. I told him, listen to me bro, this how it's going down. We gotta play like we was on another side of town. Somebody came through the shooting and you hit the ground. We would've called an ambulance, you ain't want to wait around. Soon as we came up with the plan, they pulled us over quick. My heart dropped, cause I knew that it was over with. Now look at me, and I ain't had nothing to do with this. I should've said what I had said and just been through with this. Then out of nowhere, Dante told me that he gotta go. He left me puzzled, now there's one thing that I gotta know. Cause this one little crazy thought that keep on hitting the surface. It got me wondering, did Dante kill that boy on purpose? Listen, it got me wondering, did Dante kill that boy on purpose? Part 5.
Oh, but Shante.
Fine. I'm sorry I made y'all wait, right? But I'm gonna give y'all what y'all been waiting on. I don't play. Look, the next day, I remember like it was yesterday. Got up out my bed, brushed my teeth and washed my face. Put my clothes and shoes on, then I was on my way. Stopped at the store and grabbed a couple things to start my day. I bought a swoosh and told them give me 20 on pump 8. Soon as I walked back out the door, somebody said, hey. I looked over to my left and saw a Hyundai. Shante, she looking crazy like that girl done got a hold of something. She lost some weight, her face was sunken in and overrunning. I said, hey, how you doing? She said, hey, I'm doing alright. But in my mind, I'm thinking, damn, this girl through it like. I hate to see somebody down and out and doing bad. But at the same time, I guess karma was on her ass. She said, you doing alright? I told her, yeah, I'm doing okay. She said, that good? I said, it's good to see you. Enjoy your day. I walked away, got to my car and started to pump my gas. I'm thinking about the situation. I'm like, boy, it's sad. It kind of crazy being that Dante called me yesterday. And then the day I just so happened to see Shante. The whole time I'm at the pump, I'm just watching her car. And it was strange, cause she never got out of her car. I even played it off and walked back in the store again. I bought a builder one with shades just like a bowling pin. And when I walked back out, I glanced through a windshield. Now don't get me wrong, I knew this shit had been real. I had to be somewhere at 10 and it was 10 till. It wasn't even cold, but I felt myself getting chills. She had her chin to her chest, I knew that something was up. See, I was late to where I was going, but I ain't care too tough. I felt like God had made me run into her for a reason. What I had going on, I put off till later that evening. I hit the window, knock, knock, Shante, you okay? She tried to talk, but I couldn't make out what she trying to say. Thought she would drown from all them tears were falling down her face. And then she said, Lord, I wish I could just take it place. At first I'm thinking, man, she must be talking about Dante. But then I thought about what Dante said about Monte. So now I'm twisted and confused and don't know what to say. I said, don't know what's going on, but it's gonna be okay. Whatever it is, you just be strong and learn from your mistake. She said, I know, but I don't know how much more I can take. I swear I never meant for nobody to die that day. And Dante knew that we was already through anyway. The only reason I let him stay, he need a place to lay. Time after time, I kept on telling him I need my space. One day he got so mad at me and hit me in my face. He even threatened he'll kill me if I walked away. Now see, you might be wondering why she's saying this to me. But she know I've been knowing Dante ever since we were 3. We used to run together when I was out there in the streets. She also know that I done helped put Dante on his feet. Anyway, I got uncomfortable in that parking lot. Plus, I know how Shante is, that girl can talk a lot. I told her write a number down and now I'd call her later. She said, okay, before you go, can you do me a favor? I said, what's up? She said, it's up to you if you want to do it. But I know that you doing good and grinding with your music. I was gonna ask if you can make a song about what happened and let these women know how playing gang can turn tragic. Hey, I wanna save her life, cause ever since that night, I ain't been getting no rest, and plus I ain't been eating right. I said, okay, I try to do that for you if I'm able. She said, okay, I said, okay, I talk to you later. I drove off, man, this hill got me throwed off, my mode off. Man, I'm thinking her soul lost. I pull up at the cemetery at Monte grave site. He used to keep a bowling pin, so I bought this to pour for him. I sat and talked for 5 minutes, then I had to leave. Steady wondering if Dante killed that boy on purpose. As I was leaving out, somebody start calling my phone. And it was Dante, the call I had been waiting on. Hold up. And steady wondering if Dante killed that boy on purpose. It was Dante, the call I had been waiting on. So everybody been wanting to know how that conversation went, right? Part 6. I picked the phone up like my partner. What's happening with you? He was like nothing much, just kicking shit. What's up, my nigga? I said, I'm kicking flavor, headed to the studio. He said, that right, you know I've been waiting on you to blow. I said, I appreciate that, my dog. I'm out here grinding for it. He said, if they come with the millions, is you signing for it? I told him probably not. I'd rather get it independent. This shit get shaded, boy. This industry a wicked business. He said, I feel you. You just make sure you 10 toes down. Hey, watch your back and watch them people that you be around. I said, oh yeah, my dog, you already know I'm on that there. Don't trust a single soul. These folks out here ain't playing fair. But bruh, it's crazy how you called it this particular time. I'm leaving out the cemetery and you just crossed my mind. I went to holler at Lil Monte for a couple minutes, wondering what was you gonna say cause you didn't get to finish. He said, oh yeah, I know, that's why I'm hitting you back right now. Remember I told you about the mail at the county jail? One of the officers who worked at Dante knew him well. You won't believe the shit I found out sitting inside that cell. He told me all about the argument the day before. He went through Shante phone and broke. You know how that go. When you go looking for some shit, that's when you find it, Holmes. He said he went inside a dark place and mine was gone. He seen a few different messages from a couple men. One of them said, hey, when we gon' lean back up again? He realized that the phone them kinda looked familiar. You never know what type of cards life will start to deal you. Cause at the time, he didn't know that was Monte's number. He just knew something was fishy about the name she saved it under. He didn't even find out who it was till later that day. When he typed the number in his phone, it was Monte. He said he never thought that Monte would've crossed him out. He said he didn't check him cause it wasn't nothing to talk about. Plus if he go checking him, he gon' have to check a bunch. And he saw another text that said tomorrow let's meet for lunch. The next day he went to follow her to see what's up. That's how he found out it was her and Runte meeting up. He said he started to jump on Runte ass and beat him up. These niggas tripping, thinking this nigga must be sweet or something. After that, I guess he put his whole plan together. He didn't tell me about it cause he knew that we ran together. He said he never told Shante that he knew about Monte, and he just played it off like his issue was with Lil Runte. He knew just what to do to put that pressure down on Shante. That's when he hit a Monte. They met up on the one-way. He told him that they had a power lick. He robbing Runte. Never one time did that boy mention Shante. That's because the whole time he had a different motive. Evil thoughts and hurt feelings, he couldn't control them. See, his plan was to kill two birds with one stone. Get them both inside the same room and get them gone. Soon as they pulled up, the shit had started going wrong. See, Shante, she ended up beeping her home when all she supposed to been doing was knocking on the door. When he answered, they was gonna run in and lay him on the floor. But like I said, he never told Shante he knew about Monte, and he ain't never mentioned Shante to our cousin Monte. So how that shit had supposed to went when they got in the house, they were supposed to Tyler Runte up and wipe his crib about. Find the stash, get the cash, get the bags, and the work. After that, untie Runte, boom, then he kill him first. Then he was gonna put the tool on Monte ass and kill him too. That ain't even all though. Shante was gonna get it too. But see, his plan wasn't working out cause everything changed. He damn sure didn't expect me to be calling his name. He said at first he didn't even know that he was even shot. Cause since the drilling in was rushing, he just started busting. He said he really didn't see Monte run across the street. Even though he planned on killing him, that wasn't meant for him. Cause he was hoping he caught Runte in that line of fire, but he don't know if he hit him when he ducked back on the side or not. But T-Wade, I don't understand it, homie. It just things about this story that just seem phony. Now, I hope that my little brother wouldn't lie to me, but I feel like he is. He gotta be. Cause how the hell you didn't see Monte running across the street? So you just accidentally shot him knowing you got some beef? It just ain't adding up, my nigga. Help me out with this. Cause real shit, Montana, these folks done straight me out with this. I told him, damn, my dog, I hate this shit happening to you. But you just stand up like a soldier like you always do. He said, I got you, bro. You know I'm standing 10 toes. I said, that's right. Stand up through the highs and the lows. I told him, if you ever need me, you know my number. He said, I appreciate that, my nigga. That's 100. We said a couple more little things and we hung up the phone. But don't forget, I gotta call Shante later on. Hey, it's crazy though. So Shante knew that they were about to try to rob Monte. But why she beeped that horn instead of knocking on the door? Yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all go to twademontana.com and order y'all a True Story t-shirt, man. Part 7. Look, After I left the studio, putting in a couple hours, I was headed to the house to hop off in the shower. But first I had to make a stop and get me something to eat. That's when I ran into somebody I didn't expect to see. Now I'm thinking, man, this shit here getting real scary. I'm usually nonchalant, but this right here was contrary. Cause what's the odds of this happening all in one day? Tell me why I'm right here looking dead at Dante. He dapped me up and said, what's up, big dog, it's good to see you. I told him, same to you, my nigga, how life been treating you? He was like, oh man, I'm good, I'm just maintaining. Long as I got breath inside my body, I don't do no complaining. I said, I know that's right, my nigga, I feel you on that. He said, I seen you out in Cali, how long you been back? I said, I just got back 2 days ago, matter of fact. He said, keep doing what you do. I said, got to know that. I didn't want him to think I'm trying to be all in the business, but I can't help that on the tight to speak on what I'm feeling. I said, hey man, if you be friend another day or two, I need to link up with you, homie, if that's okay with you. He said, I'm pretty sure I already know what it's about. I know that Dante was your homie too. I said, no doubt. And then I said, I know man, Dante had our ups and downs. He's still my homie and I hate what he going through right now. He said, I know my nigga, I feel the same exact way. I shouldn't have never messed with that little that bitch anyway. I said, man, look here, we gon' finish this some other day. I got his number, said I call you, then he said okay. I placed my order, got my food and jumped back in my whip. I asked the man upstairs what going on, cause this a trip. When I got home, I hit the shower and I got settled in. I fired me up a journey, shit just started sinking in. I picked my phone up, call her Shante, I say, what's up with you? She was like, nothing, I just hung the phone up with my sister. I said, I just got to the house, so I'm just chilling now. She said, I know you glassing like you always busy now. I said, I really am, and I be tired in the mud. But I don't do this here for me, I do this for my cuz. She said, I know that's real, keep up the good work, you gon' blow. And I ain't telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know. I told her, thank you, man, but really though, what's up with you? She was like, oh my God, I feel like my whole life is through. Early this morning when I was sitting up at the red light, I was just going for a little ride to get my head right. I had so much up on my brain, I didn't know what to do. I just so happened to look over at the store and I seen you. And how I knew that it was you, I seen that on play. Something told me to pull over, that's when I said, hey. But to tell the truth, I swear I didn't know what to say. But you know I know your relationship with Dante. Plus I know how you done helped out me and Dante. I couldn't do nothing but bust out crying when I seen your face. I ain't never told the whole story, just bits and pieces. Cause it's a lot of stuff I really had to keep a secret. I just didn't want them people judging me like I was bad. They already talking down on me like I'm just trash. The day the incident went down, I was so terrified. I could've filled the swimming pool up, that's how much I cried. Then everybody think I set it up, but not at all. See, Dante told me he was gonna kill me if I ain't get involved. I swear I didn't even know that Dante was even coming with him. And to this day, I still don't know if Dante meant to kill him. Cause to be honest with you, Dante had went through my phone. Even though we had broke it off and he supposed to been gone. I'm sure he seen when Dante text me on that same day, but me and Dante messed around before I got with Dante. And when he text me, I ain't even text the man back. I hadn't even talked to him, so I ain't understand that. But anyway, he seen some shit that he didn't want to see. But I wasn't worried about him, so he shouldn't have been worried about me. Then he got all up in my face and called me out my name. Talking about I really just don't know I'm playing a dangerous game. I'm sure he seen what me and Dante had been texting too. We made plans to meet up on that day and get some food. Soon as we sat down at the table, Dante bust right in. I knew that something was gonna go down, I felt that shit right then. When we left out, Dante said somebody gonna die tonight. But I just kept on telling him I ain't wanna fuss and fight. I should've called the police on him, but I ain't that tight. But now I wish I would've, cause Dante wouldn't have lost his life. Then Shante said, hold on, somebody beeping in. I said, okay, then I sit back and hit my journal again. My high was creeping in on me, but I'm no longer sober. Anticipating the moment when Shante clicked back over. Hey, first of all, Happy New Year from Tanner Man. And second of all, when Shante clicked back over, this what happened. She said, hello, I said, I'm here. She said, okay, I'm back. That girl didn't miss a beat. She picked up where she left off at. Like I was saying, no, Dante made me get involved. I kept on asking him, like, really, what is this gonna solve? He probably got the best in him, and that had to be it. Cause he was like these niggas trying him like he a bitch. He said he couldn't go out like that, he had to get revenge. I said, so you gonna kill the man and end up in the pen? That when he said he just gonna rob him, then gonna call it even. He told me if I do it with him after that, he leaving. I asked him what I'm supposed to do, ain't never robbed nobody. Plus, I ain't never been the type to get involved with violence. He told me all you gotta do is knock on Runte door, act like you can't apologize, while I stand off to the side. As soon as Runte open up, I'ma just run on in. After I rob him, you won't have to worry about me again. I tried everything I could to make him change his mind. I swear I never forget that look he had off in his eyes. I know I told him I couldn't do it at least 100 times. He told me either you gon' do it or somebody dying. I finally told him I'll do it, but that's all I'm doing. I ain't going inside no house and I ain't with no shooting. After I knock, I'm just gonna get inside my car and go. Whenever you done, come get your clothes, they gonna be by the door. He talking about, no, you can't leave, that gon' look suspicious. He gon' know you set him up and gon' be out to get you. You gotta stay and play it off like you didn't even know. I said it's gon' look like a setup either way it go. He talking about, no, it ain't. See, this how we gon' do it. You can't be acting like you know, you gotta be acting clueless. He said that he gon' play it off like he just follow me and make it look like I ain't know nothing about no robbery. By the time we got to Runte house, I had a change of heart. But really, I ain't want no parts of this shit from the start. I couldn't go through with it. I blew the horn and tried to warn him. My conscience kicked in and I realized that I couldn't harm him. But then again, I don't know if blowing the horn was good or not. Cause that can be what led up to Monte getting shot. And like I said, I don't know if he meant to shoot the man on purpose. But either way it go, I know he really didn't deserve it. I know a lot of this my fault. I don't claim to be perfect. But that's his brother best friend and it wasn't really worth it. And that's the reason why I asked you to make a song about it. I know your music be real and it can help somebody. These type of things happen every day, everywhere you go. I'm pretty sure I ain't the third person been called a hoe. I'm also sure this ain't the last time that this will happen. So if you will, you can spread the message through your rapping. At first I started to tell her, nah, I ain't want to do it. But then the thought had hit my brain and I finally knew it. Remember I kept on asking God what was going on? I guess he really did want me to make this out this song. Cause these the type of game to get too many people killed. But let me tell you how Lil Shante here done flipped the script. Now for a while there I thought she was being 100. But as I listened to her story, I'm thinking it's funny. I told her, yeah, I make a song. I got you, no pressure. She told me, oh my God, thank you. I told her, you welcome. She said the only thing I ask is don't mention my name. Other than that, it's all on you. I know you do your thing. I said, okay, I got you. She said, call me if you need me. I said, I will. Now you have a good night and be easy. She said, you do the same. I told her, okay, and hung up. Now this done blew my high, so I lit my blunt up. I'm thinking to myself, like, just because you beat the home, Runte supposed to knew a robbery was going on? Hell no, see, it's way more to it than that. And why you say that's what led up to Monte getting whacked? I'm putting 2 and 2 together, it don't equal 4. It's only adding up to 3, so I'm missing one more. She must not know I catch on fast, she thinking I'm slow. She didn't tell the whole truth, and that's something I know. Now this is why I challenge y'all. I'm see who paying attention. The first 5 people that can tell me what Shante was hiding and leaving out, you get a free shirt or hoodie of your choice. Signed by Mr. T. Wade Montana. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. You go back to part 1 and there's one piece of vital information in there that'll help y'all out. Round by the time they pulled up at Runte house. Like I said, pay attention. Then I'll come back with part 9 and tell y'all about when I talked to Runte. I don't play. Hey, TWadeMontana.com, by the way. Go order you some gear. Yeah. Part 9. Tell him. Listen. It's like a day or 2 later, I give Runte a call. He picked the phone up like, hello. I said, what happening, dawg? He said, nothing. Just sitting right here at the spot. I said, I'm trying to see if you got time to link up or not. He was like, hell yeah, where you want to meet up at? I gave him the location and told him pull up in the back. We hung the phone up, then I made another stop. It wasn't too far from the location, just right around the block. Did what I had to do, then headed to the rendezvous. I just so happened pull up at the time that Runte do. We both hop out our car and once again he dapped me up. He made a joke about some shit, then we start cracking up. We walked inside the spot, we sat down and we started kicking. Rolled up a couple joints and then we started politicking. He went to telling me how him and Shante started chilling. Me being me, I'm paying attention. He in the feeling. He went to talking about when Dante pulled up on him at the restaurant. Talking super loud and crazy, putting on the extra front. Kicking gangster shit, he said he sat there like he nonchalant. Only thing he said was, Dante, nigga, this ain't what you want. Then by 10 o'clock that night, he got a call from Shante. He said everything happened so fast he couldn't even concentrate. All he heard was blah, 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 watch out, blah, blah, Dante. In the midst of all of that, he get a call from Dante. So off the rip, he sent him to the voicemail. His mind was gone, he hung the phone up on Shante as well. He said he really didn't comprehend what Shante was saying, cause she was talking loud and fast for him to understand. He said he didn't feel like talking to her anyway. And that's the main reason he hung the phone up in her face. Few minutes later, when he heard somebody horn beat, Dante said, I looked out the curtain and guess who car I see? Shante. Shawty had the nerve to pull up at my house. Dante called my phone again, and that's when shit that spooked me out. Then I heard somebody knock. I don't even know my door was locked. I just grabbed my tool, ran out the back, won't put me in no box. Ran to the side of the house. I heard somebody say Dante. That's when I looked and saw Dante. I let it rip like a runway. I can't go out like that. I can't go out like that. First of all, why she bring them folks to my house like that? I heard a scream. I look up on the porch. In the course, it was Shante at my door. So I upped the tool on her. Then when someone shot at me, I don't know who it was. I just tried to dodge and duck on side the house like, what the fuck? Then I heard another gun. That's when I decided to run. Good thing it's a trail behind my house, cause I was probably done. I remember thinking a man on still that I ain't died at night. Knowing it my fault, cause what I did, I know that shit ain't right. Then I got to thinking, that bitch done tried to set me up. Brought them niggas over to my crib and tried to wet me up. Dante didn't know where I live. Shante had to show him that. That was probably a purpose from the start when I start thinking back. Anyway, off the top, you know what I do, call the phone. She pick up like, hello? But I'm like, bitch, what's going on? How dare you bring them to my crib? She said, hold up, wait a minute, I swear it ain't what you think it is. I said, well, tell me what it is, cause I damn near just got killed. She said, I swear to God on everything, I really did for real. I ain't need that type of person to bring nobody to your place. I just can't apologize for early and try to straighten. Hold up. Now, I don't mean to be rude, but please pardon me. You wanna hear that conversation, go back to part 3. I'm about to fast forward the thing and bring y'all up to speed, cause the beat gon' go off in a minute, and I need to finish. So back to Dante, he said Shante played it off so good, acting innocent the whole time she was up to no good. He said we met back up again today right after that. We fucked around for 4 more months to keep that shit a stack. One day we sitting at the house, we both done hit the sack. She went to geeking and tweaking, talking about this and that. She said some shit like, man, I wanted you to kill that nigga. He tried to make me set you up, but I wasn't fucking with him. What caught my ear was when she said, that's why I called you first. When you hung up in my face, that just made problem worse. I looked at her like, what you mean you just called me first? She said to tell you he was coming and to be alert. I said, hold up, I thought you said that you ain't know. At first you told me they followed you, you little stupid hoe. So you knew them niggas were coming, so you lied to me. All that playing victim and all them fake tears you cried to me. I swear I wanted to murder that hoe. I kicked up out my house. Oh man, she even lucky she even made it out. What it was, she told me how he used to beat her and how he used to carry on when she threatened to leave him. So think about it. Only reason she tried to warn me first, for me to get the upper hand and do her dirty work. She wanted me to kill him and get rid of a problem. That girl Shante a little dirty bitch, no doubt about it. Listen, and now I'm thinking, man, Dante, was it really worth it? It's crazy. Part 10 coming, man.
Hey, yo. Man, that was live, dog. What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional, and yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my player partner, Lucky Wizard. It's your boy keeps it lit. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Hit the links down below. We got Moog's Coffee. Yes, you heard it. Moog's Coffee. Alright. Man, we're gonna keep it lit, man. Make sure y'all hit the link. Check out all the flavors, okay? And, you know, use the discount code. Just use it. If you broke, you use that discount code, you save money. Okay? Think about all the money you save each year by using the discount code. You won't be broke no more. Okay? And those of you looking for part 10 to the true story, it's on Apple Music, Spotify. This is T-Wade, Montana. On what is this? TikTok, T-Wade, Montana. This is one of the greatest story times ever. And it's supposedly a true story. That's what he say. It's a true story. I'm going to believe him. Because it was real. I mean, it was going, man, bro was going off. I was like, damn! Boy, I tell you what, these girls put you in a bag of tricks. Nah. It ain't even women like that. These bottom of the barrel chicks that be doing stuff like this. But at the same time, I imagine that these guys was very young doing all this stuff, running around 19, 20, 21, 22, getting all in their feelings and stuff like that, messing with the homeboys, girls and stuff like that. Cause one, we don't be running the streets like that as grown men. This is all young stuff, and I've seen stories like this happen way too often. Okay, way too often. And the fact that he said something, he said if you could figure out what happened in the story, if you could tell him something that whatever happened, you know what I'm saying? But yo, that kept me locked in. I'm about to go actually download part 10 and finish it off. But I want y'all to go do it yourself. Do your own research, man. Y'all know what it is. Like, and we can just talk about the story later. Like, man, that shit was rap. That shit was going hard. So, you know, I really rock with this dude. I'm finna give him a follow. Make sure he know that his ass is lit over here in these YouTube streets. Cause that was one that I'm gonna play over and over. Now I ain't gonna play it all. I heard the story, but y'all gonna play it over and over. I mean, shit was going on. It's hard to talk about it. It's like hard to even think about it. It was so many sidebars to the story. Okay, Dante was the brother. Vontae was the brother. Monte was the Vontae's friend. Ronte was Dante's friend. Okay, and he's friend of all the Tays. Or except Monte. He not the friend of Monte, but he do know Ronte, Dante, and Vontae. Well, cause Dante being like his brother, he know everything, and Vontae being Dante's little brother, he treated him like a little brother. So when Shante, who was the culprit in all this, was getting on sleeping with Monte, knowing she shouldn't have been sleeping with Monte, but she said she was sleeping with Monte before she started messing with Vontae. But somehow her text messages were still in her phone, which I don't get, because why is your text, even for somebody to find some messages, even, I don't know how long, but it could have been like a summer fling but why is Vontae all in his feelings about this girl and she done been around the world? And then Ronte get pulled into it because he know that this is his girl, but that ass was probably sitting fat. You know what I'm saying? And Ronte was like, "Hey man, right now I'm on my thizzle right now. I'm on the grind. They see I'm shining, and let's do this thing." So boom, Ronte hitting it, but Shante is saying that she wasn't even with Vontae. Like he was beating on her and stuff like this, and man, it's just like, damn, this shit is some real hood stuff. Like, damn, because this could really happen in anybody's hood. Like, I bet y'all know a story similar to this without people dying. Like, friends hitting friends, girls. And I know, alright, I'm going to tell y'all a story. I don't know if I want to use real names, but I'm going to tell y'all a story about one of the homies from the hood. Okay, it was some stripper chicks came up. They was over at the house tripping. Stuff was going down, and one of the player partners was messing with one of the stripper chicks. Well, one of the stripper chicks was fighting another stripper chick, and they just got to. It was just a mess. Well, one of the other homies seen that one of the stripper chicks pulled out the pistol, fired at what was supposed to be, I guess, one of the other girls. He actually hit one of the big player partners from the set. He was a pimp player partner. And he died in the yard. And then what happened was he got hit in the back of the head. So everybody knew the shot came from behind him. Who was behind him? The other homie. But the other homie pretty much dipped out on the scene. Anyway, one of the girls ended up getting charged, but she got off because it wasn't her bullets. But at the same time, it was a whole situation that people died and all that stuff. Other people were shot. And I mean, it was just a crazy situation. So I'll be thinking about that like, damn. And then everybody thinking like, why he get shot? If he died over here, the girls fighting over here, how did he get shot over here? Well, it had something to do with the strippers, both player partners pimping, and something happened with some of the girls. Well, I mean, if y'all put the story together, the girls was switching sides, homie. Let niggas ride on me. I thought it was cool. Why you want me to die, homie? You see? So yeah, but that story's over like 25 years old, so maybe nobody knew. Maybe they do know. But we all know. But I think the homie got killed by the other homie, because the other homie was mad because the stripper chicks chose him and not, and then, and some PCP and wet was involved, so whatever it is what it is. I was just a kid. But all the hood mess, you see it. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I seen a lot of hood mess. I remember one time, this how I knew like hood mess was really, really hood mess. I remember one time I was, shaking and moving, doing some things for the player partner. And he told me to hold his pack of Newports. So I hold his pack of Newports. And people coming around buying singles. So I'm like, selling singles. And this pregnant chick come over to buy a single. And she trying to throw that pee. And I'm like, this girl pregnant. Mind you, I'm like 14, 15. And I don't remember. But I know I was young. She wanted to buy a single. And I'm like, girl, you are pregnant. What are you doing? She's like, nah, it's okay. The baby's okay. I was like, all right, yeah, whatever. But still sold that thing. And then she still wanted to throw that pee. So me as a 15-year-old would do what any 15-year-old would do. I just kicked out the house. I didn't do nothing. I'm just lying. I made y'all think I was a dirty bastard. I wasn't. But the fact of the matter is, I knew it was. I said, man, this is crazy. I said, I don't know if I got the skin to be in this type of game, because that was tough. So, like I said, man, you see some of this weird ass stuff in the hood, and you try to, overlook it, but play around in the hood. Hood things happen. Everyday people, man, let me know what y'all think about this crazy situation, man. Shout out to your boy T Wade Montana, man. His Instagram is a link in the links below. I'm gonna see if I can. I mean, Instagram is TikTok. I'm gonna see if I can find his Instagram. All that. I'm gonna link his Apple Music because this was pretty dope, man. We gotta spread the love, man. Especially something as dope as this. This is like I be sharing all the dope storytelling. This was something different, and this is what we need to hear from my guys, man. I really enjoyed this one. You know what I'm saying? This is different, but it's the same damn story. Everyday people, let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as quick as 1 week.